Well, welcome everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Thank you for joining. Thanks for being here. Today we're going to be talking about a few things that are really going to change the way of how you see goals and what's really coming up. I really appreciate you being here, and I want to thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. I know your time is important, so is mine. But give me a moment here to just have get a piece of paper and a pen, and let's focus together for a few minutes because it was a time like this 3 years ago that changed the course for me. So if this is the first time we meet, welcome, and thank you for being here. I'm going to share with you today a few things about goals and the $1 million mindset and some of the 30 major causes of failure and the laws of success and how that could be the piece that's missing for you and that's not happening in your business. The idea today is that if you're finding yourself that you're working too hard, you've been pushing and shoving and it's not really happening and the money is just going out faster than it's coming, that's what's going on. We're going to change that for you, all right? So that's what I'm going to show you today. It's all going to be all about goals, all going to be about mindsets, all going to be about how you set to that foundation. This is not a quick, rich scheme. This is not make $1 million overnight. This is not a magic pill. You're actually going to have to do the work. And my work speaks for itself, for my own results, my clients' results, see all the testimonials. And I'm just so in love with this material that I want to share with you for the next few days on how this works. So here we are. I'm going to start sharing my screen shortly, and we're going to get going. All right, we're going to get going. It's going to be really exciting few days. So get a piece of paper, get a pen, because you're going to be writing some things down that that can probably trigger something in you. And that's my goal. If I'm going to nudge you in the right direction, right? I want to get you to see something that you haven't seen before. I want to get you to really experience transformation this week. It doesn't need to take long. You might be thinking, oh, I'm missing too much. You're not missing a lot. You just need few things. That's it. There's just one or two things that really are out of the way, and we're going to get you to really understand that. So here we are. So I want to thank you and thanks for being here. Just know that this is a recording. This is educational purposes only, and this will be streamed live. And this is also going to be used on my YouTube channel and for further education purposes. So if you're not happy with that, and if you can't have your face on the camera, it's all good. Just close the camera, but we will use this video later. All right, just know that. So here we are. So this is the seminar about results that stick. And I want to welcome you. I want to welcome you for being here. I want to welcome those who are listening live. I want to welcome those who are going to listen to the recording. There are many ways for you to participate, many ways for you to see this information. So if you're listening live, thank you. If you are listening to the recording, you got to have to send me a comment. You got to have to send me a DM or a message or an email or book an appointment. That's really the best way to get hold of me. There are so many ways out there to get hold of me, but the best one is really booking an appointment. There's too much going on. I cannot answer all the DMs and the messages anymore. So really book an appointment is the best way. So this is the seminar with results that stick. And I call it with results that stick for several reasons, because it did stick for me and it is sticking for my clients. It really works. This is not like anything else you've ever seen. So this is a brief memo about me. I won't go into all the detail, but basically I've been in business for 24 years. 24 years. And I've been a manager, a VP of a very large steel plant. I've written a book as well, just recently came out, and we're just working on how this is going to get out to the world, because this is a message that's going to change a lot of people's lives. Thousands of people are going to benefit from this. And there's already, in just a few days, been out hundreds of copies that went out. So I encourage you to grab a copy of this, and we're going to be talking more about it, all right? So that's briefly about me there on that page. But basically, I'm going to share with you some things of what we're going to do this week, so you have an idea what this agenda is all about. So it's going to be 4 days. This is day 1 of 4. Today, we're going to be talking about goals and what do you really want, all right? Most of us don't really know what we want. I'm going to define that for you, all right? And this is coming from my official program, Thinking into Results. The second day, tomorrow, for 1 hour, we're going to talk about self-image. And that idea is that how you see yourself growing, how you see yourself on that next generation, on the inside is happening on the outside. See, your current results will not surpass your self-image. Now, we'll talk more about that tomorrow. On day 3, we're going to talk about decisions and attitude, and how your attitude is every day when you show up. What is it that you're doing and not doing that's not working? Are you pissed off all the time? Are you happy all the time? All right. And on day 4, I want to share with you the key things why you're not doing what you want to do. You say you want to do it, but you're not doing it. And what's the key of affirmations? How can we manifest results, right? What's this art of manifestation? So these are some of the things that I can help you. And for some of you who cannot watch the whole thing, it's fine. Just book an appointment and we will go over some of it together, all right? But if you book an appointment, please show up, all right? You have to show up. Time is valuable. Your time is, and so is mine, all right? So again, this is briefly a little bit about me here. And this is the book that just came out. It just got published. And I want you to really take a look at it and see that it can change your life. In very few days, hundreds of copies have been downloaded and also sold on Amazon. So that's basically the work of my results, that what I learned from my mentors. Laurel Langmeyer currently is my mentor. She's the forward on this book. The publisher is Raymond Aaron, and it's an award-winning book. And I love it. It's just incredible that if I can do this, you can do this. And I really want to help you. See, if I can do this, you can do this. And I really want to help you. And I want you to get that, all right? I want you to know that I am here for you, all right? Now, this is also some more what's been happening. In the short amount of time that I've been doing this, I've been going places and it's getting busier. And that's why booking an appointment is the best way. This is me here on the left with Laura Langmeyer, my mentor. Love Laura so much. We work on things together. She helps me with my business systems and processes. So if you want to learn how to do that, if you have things going on and you want to grow it, reach out and we can get you really started very, very quickly. This is what I do in her community. I'm a coach, mindset coach, business coach, and a marketing coach. So take a look. And this was just last year in one of the big table events, we call it, where we talk about masterminding. We talked about goal setting, okay? So here it is.
Making it, investing it, like working through it. Can't just be sitting there reading a book. So very similar, Bob Proctor is very active about mindset, and that's what he studies. So we're gonna do some goal setting and get you set to have an amazing couple days. I'll be right back.
Absolutely, thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
All right, so that was that. We'll continue to do that on a monthly basis. Now, this is all, all of it comes from the heart of the material, from my Thinking into Result training and book, and the material that I learned from Bob Proctor.
Hello and welcome to Thinking into Results. Thank you for the support. Thanks for being in my community. This is about your mindset. This is about rewiring your mind. Everybody talks about mindset. Here, I'm going to show you how a step-by-step way to get rewired, to get to that next level. Number 2, eliminate sabotage. Most people don't even know it's a thing. See, as you're achieving and growing and becoming, your old self is stealing you back. Your old habitual behavior comes back again. And this is what we're going to eliminate. We call that self-image. Number 3, skill set and strategy. We get the mind rewired. We get you to really in a beautiful self-image. Now we're going to get you some skill set and strategy so you can earn that more income, double it, 10 times it, 100 times. And number 4, we've earned the money. You're living happy. What are you going to do with it? Learn how to invest it. Thinking into Results will show you how. Click below, buy it. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for the support. Love you all. Peace.
Making it, investing it, like
Hello.
So that was from my book. And I want to start with this quote by Steve Ball. God's gift to us is more talent and ability than we'll ever hope to use in our lifetime. Our gift to God is to develop as much of that talent and ability as we can in this lifetime. Think about it. I mean, look at this quote. Look how strong this quote is, right? It's an incredible quote. God's gift to us is more talent and ability than we'll ever hope to use in our lifetime. Our gift to God is to develop as much of that talent and ability as we can in this lifetime. So what are you doing? Like, what is it that you're working on that's not happening? Are you on purpose? Do you have a purpose? Do you have a goal? Are you on a mission? It's a beautiful goal. This is going to help you really expand. And I want you to drop that ego and just see it. And I want you to have a reason why I'm doing this. So for me, it's my family, right? One of the biggest things, I want to help a lot of families, but personally, it's my own family, right? This is my lovely family with my wife, Gabriela, and my 2 daughters, Sarah and Simone. And that's one of the latest pictures that we just took when we were on vacation at the beginning of the year. So what is your reason? What are you fighting for? What are you waking up every fall for, right? What do you have inside of you that's going to put you on a mission? Get you to really moving, right? This is another picture with me and my mastermind partner and Wealthy Morford here, Harrison Klein, and we were James Dentley, right? This is incredible how in the short amount of time This material is getting into places, and I want you to get to places as well. Because if I can do it, you can do it, and I want to help you. So, right, this is here with Les Brown, working with us on the MOFOs to help us really do some things, and really came to the webinar, came to the podcast, and he's just incredible, phenomenal person, #1 speaker in the world. Now, how did I go from being nobody, and in less than 2 years, I have all this contact, I have all these multimillionaire friends and connections? But I'm telling you, right, if I can do it, you can do it, and I really want to help you. Really want to help you. Now, this is here with my mentor, Laura Langmeyer, and my mastermind partner, Harrison Klein. So we are working on many ways to help others, help coaches, help personal businesses to really grow. Okay. And this is here with Forbes Riley, the one and only Forbes Riley. She's called the pitch queen, and she sold $2.5 billion of goods on QVC. And so it's just incredible that in the short amount of time, I'm able to do this. And if I can do it, you can do it, and I want to help you. This is here also from Reno, Nevada, with my daughter, Sarah, with the millionaire maker, Laura Langmeyer. It's been an amazing journey. I'm studying with Laura, and she's my mentor, business coach, and just guides me as to how we can do this, because you can start learning how to earn money, but then how do you keep it? How do you invest it? How do you grow it? How do you build that team? And even though you might think you know, you only know what you know. What you know got you where you're at. It's how far you want to go, all right? How far do you want to go? And this is just to show you that as a coach, I'm one of the few coaches in the Bob Proctor community that really makes it happen. And we're helping people change lives. There's very few of us that are really making a significant difference to the world, all right? And so let's get started on goals today, because that's the topic. Today, the topic is goals. This is a picture with me and Bob in one of the early days when I decided, you know what, I really want to study this material, and I want to see what Bob is all about. I know he was about 85 at the time. He's passed away. We just did the 1 year and memory of Bob. And he told me, Kamal, all successful people have mentors. All successful people have mentors. And what do you really want? And I'm like, wow. Now, I've had a boss, I've had a manager, I've had an executive bosses and all that, but that's not a mentor. So you might be thinking your manager is your mentor. It's not. You might be thinking the plant where you're working or the office is the big guy is the mentor. No, they're not the mentor. They might be mentoring you on something in the business, but they're not your real mentor. All successful people have mentors. And this started back with Think and Grow Rich with Napoleon Hill and Dale Carnegie. So with Bob, I've been able to do a whole lot of things in a short amount of time. In a short amount of time. Now, how did I go doing that? By getting a mentor. So I listened. So I became a good listener, a good follower. And I want you to become like that. I want you to start thinking, what is this goal that you want? What do we need to shift to help you really change? What do we need to decide on today so that you can really move? Because this is not need to happen a year from now. This needs to happen today. I want you to really get going today. If you like this material and if this is like, wow, yeah, I really need to wake up, man. It's time for me to step up. Well, you need to start. It's a beautiful question. So if you're writing anything down, write on this piece of paper, what do you really want? Right? What do I do at the top of the paper? Clean sheet of paper. What do I really want? And think. Gotta take time to think. That's why it's called Think and Grow Rich. It's not called Work and Grow Rich. It's called Think and Grow Rich. And we study that. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to invite you to come and study it for us. This is not going to cost you a fortune. It's just going to cost you to get going. I want you to think. What do you really want? I'm forever grateful that I made that decision to study with Bob, because it has changed the course, not just for me, my family, future, the families I'm helping, the people that I'm helping worldwide, my clients, and the people that I sponsor with every client that comes to study with me. So this is what I'm telling you. This stuff is going to change you for the better. And it's time for you to change for the better. Now, today, we're talking about goals. We're talking about the $1 million mindset, okay? And the few of us coaches that make it happen is because we follow directions and we become leaders and we start helping others. This is just to show you that I'm one of the few top activators in the Bob Proctor community in the coaching. And that's why I've resonated quite a bit with Laura Langmeyer and Bob. And I'm now a coach in several communities. These are some of my friends. Tom Ziegler is the son of Zig Ziglar. And this is Glenn Morshower, right? So you don't just get to go places on your own right away. You need to get that mentor. You need to get somebody that is going to help you grow. And I'm here for you, right? Because if I can do it, you can do it. And I really want to help you. I really want to. This is here with me and Sarah, my daughter, and Glenn Marshall. Glenn Marshall, by the way, he's a movie actor. He's also a motivational speaker. He's just an amazing guy. And with this material, studying this and the connections, I now can talk to him all the time. Tom Ziegler, right? So I want you to see that it's possible for you as well. What are you thinking about, right? What are the investments that you want to make? These are some of my friends and investing partners and my mentor, Laurel, right? And the best thing about it, of this picture, is that this individual, this is Sarah, it's my daughter. So it affects your life and your legacy, right? This is what I want to show you. And there's another amazing connection here with John DiMartini, because he is just phenomenal. He's just an amazing leader and mindset coach. So it's just, he's just with us here with we call ourselves the Wealthy Mofos, and we just have communication with him at all the time. All right, so let's get started. Let's get started. What do you really want, right? What do you really want? What do you really want? What is this goal thing that we're talking about? Because you might be thinking you just want to get a burger today. You're just hungry. Well, that's not a goal. You just want to get a car replaced, your tires replaced. That's not a goal, right? I'm going to keep it really simple today. I'm not going to get into the detail, because if you do, get the book, and it's going to explain it right in lesson 1, easy to read. I've written it in a way that you can read this while having dinner. You can now it's going to be on Kindle as well. It's going to be all over. It's going to be an audio and video. So a goal has to be something exciting, something special, something that you think about all the time. It's not something that you have, and it's not something that you've done before. Most people are failing because they are too scared to dream, and they set goals that really don't match, and then they're too scared to dream. Like, think about it. Think about a goal where your annual income become in a month. Does that scare you? Whoa. Right. So I want to talk about what we call it a C-type goal, a fantasy, something exciting, something really big. So stick with that definition for a second, okay? Keep that in mind. But it really begins with you. I want you to start thinking of you. Because as soon as you think of this big goal, you're going to start getting worried. You're going to start getting like really, oh my God, can I really do this? How can I afford this? What's happening with this economy? All the interest rates, all the depression, all the recession. You start thinking of all the things that are not working. But I want you to think it differently. I want you to know that you can create your own economy. You can really change the map by changing how you think. See, we become what we think about. You become what you think about. So whatever you're thinking about is happening. Now let's look at where you're at. So when I was being mentored by Bob, and he said, Kamal, there's 2 things that you must know to build your business. 2 things you must know to build your business. Wow, it's 2 things. Yeah. You gotta know where you are, and you gotta know where you're going. You gotta know where you are and where are you going. He said it's so simple and so obvious, but so many miss it. And that's why you have to take some time to think. You gotta take some time to think. Most people don't think. Most people think they think, but they don't think. Now, sitting down on the couch and watching TV, that's not thinking. Sitting down without a piece of paper and a pen, and maybe you can write something down, that's not thinking. So most people think they're thinking, but they're not. So 2 things you must know to build your business. Where you are, where are you going? And that's all. And you got to think like that. You got to think about it. It doesn't need to be complicated. It does not need a whole lot of funnels. It does not need a whole lot of expensive formula. So simple and so obvious, but so many miss it. But why do they miss it? Why so many are stuck? As a matter of fact, why 95% of the people are stuck? Why? You got to know where you are. You got to know where you're going. And you got to have a goal. Now remember, this is the information that I got from Bob before he passed away. You got to know where you are. You got to know where you're going. Now, Bob studied this for 61 years. He had the same book, and his book was all worn out, right? And it's all, feathered, and he picks it up, and he was teaching us from it. So 61 years, and he kept talking about the same thing. You got to know where you are. You got to know where you're going. But if it's so simple and obvious, why don't we get there? Why are 95% of the people stuck? And I say 95, it's probably even more. Because there's people who are at the $1 million or $2 million level and they are stuck. They can't grow beyond that. Well, why? I'm working with a multimillionaire now. We're going to get her to the $10 million. But you're stuck at the 4 or 5 million. But how do you get to that 10? You have to become that thing. You have to create your own economy. You have to change. You can't continue doing the same things and expect the same results. I cannot continue to be in the same roles and expect different results. But I didn't get that. Now, what is that thing? And we call that the paradigms. So where we are in this paradigm living our life. And I'm going to explain what a paradigm is in a simple way. And I want you to come in to some of the other videos that I have and to the website to really learn more what these paradigms are all about. Why is it the way it is? Why are we stuck like that? So Bob said, it's paradigms. Well, we know where we are, but we are in a paradigm. What is this paradigm? What is a paradigm? So here's what it is. A paradigm is a mental program that has exclusive control over our habitual behavior. Big definition, a lot of words, right? A mental program, so it's happening in your mind, that has exclusive control over your habitual behavior. And almost all of our behavior is habitual. Wow. Now, I want to share with you one thing. Science and theology both agree that we become what we think about. If there's something that they agree with between science and theology, right, and the religious world, is that we become what we think about. It's documented, it's researched, it's all out there. So we become what we think about. Habitually, we are earning what we're earning. Habitually, we are moving the way we are. This morning, the coffee that you've had, the way you woke up, the breakfast, the way you drove, the way you went to work, you are in a paradigm. And all our behavior is habitual. So for us to change, for this goal to grow, we have to change the behavior. We have to habitually change the behavior to do it with ease. You see, you are given all kinds of talents. Just like I said in that quote at the beginning by Steve Bow, you have so much talent waiting inside of you. I didn't know I could do this until I started doing it. And now I'm helping hundreds of people. And I want to help you because if I can do it, you can do it. And I want to help you. I can do it, you can do it, and I want to help you. Now, I want you to make a decision. Now, this is the way it's going to work, right? I'm going to teach you some things that if you take action on them, things will change. And one of them is decision making. If I can summarize what I learned from Bob in 3 things, decision was one of them, okay? That's how important it is. You have to make a decision. Now, to make a decision that where you are is not good enough anymore. Now, I don't mean you need to leave your country. I don't mean you need to leave your job. I don't mean you need to upgrade your house. No, but you have to agree in your mind and make a decision that you're not going to go backward anymore, that this is not good enough. You deserve a whole lot more. You have to see it and you have to feel it. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. In thinking into results, we teach you how to do that. We teach you how to make a decision and stick with it. Because right now, you're not making right decisions. And not just you're not making the right decisions, you're not making decisions, period. And you're not making them fast. You're probably making the wrong decisions. Decision has a lot to do with it. And we talk about it in here quite a bit. Now, if you don't make a decision, and you say, no, I'm not going to make a decision, that's an indecision. That's a decision by itself. And that's why I'm going to invite you to come and study this. The 30 major causes of failure, that's one of them. If you don't make decisions, that's an indecision by itself. As a businessman, a businesswoman, an entrepreneur, mompreneur, you want to grow them, you have to learn how to make decisions. Doesn't matter if they're wrong, you have to make decisions. Now, how do you do this? How do we make decisions and become effective? Like what's it going to take? And it's going to be about the mind. That's where the mindset begins. See, nobody understands mindset. People think, mindset. They keep talking about mindset. I have to be positive. I have to think of good things and have to manifest the stuff out of thin air. See, it's all about your mind. It's going to happen in here first. We become what we think about all the time. So it's happening in your mind. I'm not talking about your brain. Your brain is just an object thing inside your head, and it's just a body part. I'm talking about the mind, the mind that's the subconscious that's connected to the infinite intelligence, right? Spirit. So I'm talking about your mind, about your marvelous mind. And I want to teach you how to control that, how to help it grow, because it's waiting. You see, everybody has it. That's the beautiful part of it. And the more I understand this, and the more I teach it, the more I'm 100% sure that we all are built for greatness. We're all built to become the best version of ourselves. We're all built to really give. The fact that you are here, the fact that you are listening, the fact that you want more, I want to share something with you. Write it down. You deserve to have it. And you can have it if you choose to. But it starts with the mind. It starts with the mind. And it starts with these ABC type of goals. Now, quickly here, A-type goal is something that you know how to do. You know how to do it. You know how to drive the car. That's not a goal anymore. It's not exciting to me to drive my car anymore. I don't mind driving. It's a fun car. It's a BMW. I like it. It's good, but it's not exciting. Even if I get another one the same way. B-type goal, you think you can do it. So it's like you think you can bake a meal. All right. You know the recipe. You can get the stuff. You think you can build a house because you are a builder and you put it together. But it's kind of boring, right? So what we're talking about stretching. We're talking about getting you to stretch, really stretch. Really, you know where you are and you know you want to go. You want to go to that $100,000. You want to go to that $1 million. You want to go to that $5 million income, right? Now, you don't know how to do it. And it excites you. You just have to want it. Nobody needs to ask you, why do you want it? It's a C-type goal. What do you really want? But you have to persist. You have to show up. You don't know how to get it. It's exciting. It drives you. It wakes you up in the morning. That's the C-type goal. That's the stretching that I want for you. Now, as soon as you think of this C-type goal, as soon as you think of this $1 million, as soon as you think of this next big investment, you get scared because you've never done it before. And everything starts coming and saying, oh, wow, how do I do this? What do we need to do? Wow, what's it going to take, right? And I'm going to teach you how to overcome all that. Look what Joel Baker said here. To be able to shape your future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm. Remember earlier I mentioned the definition of the paradigm? So for us to change this future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm. Now I know you're able. And the reason I know you're able because I'm able. And if I'm able, you are able. Because if I can do it, you can do it, and I want to help you. Now the key is, are you willing? Are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to show up? Are you willing to persist? Are you willing to invest in yourself? Are you willing to become that next version of you? That's what I'm talking about. Are you willing? Now, once I start sharing some more of you as to how we're going to grow with these goals, this paradigm has to change. See, rich people are nothing more than you, other than they've changed few things on how they behave, how they act, and change the paradigm. Right now, you're in this paradigm that got you locked in onto how much money you can earn. You don't feel and believe that you are worth double the money that you deserve. Your perception of other things on the outside is controlling you. Your perception of your use of time, right? Your creativity, that paradigm's got you locked in. Look at all these areas in your life that this paradigm has you locked in. Like, for example, do you still clean your house? Do you still iron your own stuff? Now, you're an executive and you're a business owner and you're doing the minimal job. So why are you doing that? Because your paradigm says, let's save some money. How do I know that? Because I've been doing it. Now I stopped doing it and I don't want to do it anymore because I am not that I am better for this thing. I'm better doing other things. I can get somebody else to do that, give them a job, give them some pay, and I do what I like to do. Changes the way you think, changes how you grow. I want you to become effective at what you're doing. This paradigm got you locked in. You come in from home, from work, and you close that door, and you don't want to talk to anybody. You're angry that your boss pissed you off, and you turn that TV on, and you're just going to veg for a few hours. Now, I know you don't want to do that. And I know if I ask you this question, is this a good thing to do? And you will say, Kamal, it's not a good thing to do. Kamal, it's not a good thing to watch 10 shows of Netflix. Kamal, it's not a good thing to watch, blah, blah, blah. But you do it every day. Why? Because your paradigm got you locked in. It's locking in your time, your creativity, your logic, and everything about earning money. And I want to help you change that. Once you understand this, you change your paradigm, you change your future. You have to permanently change. You have to shift. That's what I call shift paradigm. That's the second thing that I learned from Bob, how to shift our paradigm, how to shift to that next level. Your ability to earn money will change. Your perception will change. Perception is a higher mental faculty. How effective you are, it's going to change everything. Enormous influence over your life. Now, I'm not just talking about that. I didn't just hear this. I did it and I experienced it and I wrote it in my book and I explained it in an easy way for you to really believe that you can do it. But if I can do it, you can do it. And I want to help you. Now, this change is going to be huge. This change is going to be huge. Like this change will be so big that your entire life will change. And as you begin improving, all areas of your life will change. All areas of your life. I didn't used to dress like this. I didn't used to look like this. I didn't used to earn money like this. You know, I didn't used to think of money like this. I didn't used to get checks all the time. I didn't used to have multiple streams of income, multiple investments. I didn't used to help clients. Now I do. How? Because I changed my paradigm. I shifted my thinking. I got coached. I got a mentor. I didn't just get a certificate and a degree. I did. I got 5 of them, 22 years. But I was still stuck. And I want you to get unstuck. Just imagine how your entire life will change when you start improving all these areas. It's already in your mind. You already have it. Listen to me. You already have it. It's inside of you. We just got to let yourself in on this goodness that you have. That change is going to be huge. Really huge. Now, most people try to do this by themselves. Most people will try to do this by themselves. They will go to YouTube University. They'll buy a book. They'll go to from one course, one seminar to another, and they think they're going to get it done. It ain't going to happen. I already talked to Bob about that. He said in 85 years that he's been around, in 61 years that he's been coaching, nobody shifted their paradigm by themselves. You need that mentor. You need that coach. You got to save that time. Now, if you have 200 years to live, you can probably do it. But we all want this thing shorter. We want that gestation period of the goal to be so short so that we can get to that next level and do that thing and do the next thing and do the next thing. See, never change things by fighting existing reality. You are fighting yourself. You are fighting your paradigm and things don't change. And that's why you probably think working hard is the way. You're probably thinking doubling the hours. You're probably thinking working another Saturday or skipping another game or skipping another appointment with your kids. It's not the way. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. Wow. Think of that. Let's read that again. Never change things by fighting existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. We're going to build a new model. For you. That's why you're working too hard and it's not working. Now, my clients are doing that, and I'm doing that, and I want you to do it. I want you to start winning. I want you to start having the life of your, the time of your life. But it's only going to happen if you decide to change. You got to decide that I'm done with where I am. I really want to move. I really want to grow up. I really want to become that next person. I'm really not where I need to be. Now, if you want to do it by yourself, go ahead. Keep getting the books. Keep getting the seminars, and it's going to take you 20, 30, 40, 50 years. I don't know how much time you have. I just turned 51, and I know I have roughly 30 years, and that's it. How much time are you willing to wait? How much harder you want to work? Decide to change. Decide to let somebody help you, just like somebody helped me. I want to help you. And hundreds of clients that I've helped could not all be lying. They got results. You can have results too. So what I want to ask you to do, I want you to book an appointment. Book an appointment to see if we can help you. I don't know where you're at. I don't know where you want to go. You might have something that I can help you with. You might have something that, no, I didn't do that. Then we can recommend somebody to help you. That's how I have a mentor, that she has an amazing community. Laura Langmeyer is connected to so many different ways for business systems and processes that for sure it can magnify your investment, magnify your your ability to earn and grow. The companies that you deal with, it's just incredible. So that's my calendar there, calendly.com, El-Rassi. Book an appointment, and no one's left behind. What I mean by that is for all. You can come in and just for free be in the community, and the emails will teach you stuff if you do the work. But I know by ourselves, we're not going to do the work. So that's why, I say, book the appointment and let's get you going on this path of success. Let's get you moving to that next level. All right. I want you to win because I want to help you. And if I can do it, you can do it. And I want to help you. Doesn't matter how much money you have. Doesn't matter if you don't have anything. But I know if you want to grow, you have to invest in yourself. You really have to invest in yourself. Now, the quickest way to really take zero risk, right? I'm taking all the risk, all of it. You have nothing to lose. You're going to get a whole month of learning from me and thinking into results, a whole month. And then we can put this money towards the 6 months tuition. So it's a beautiful thing. You're going to get accountability. You're going to get mentorship. You're going to get guidance. You're going to get sales training. You're going to get all this book clubs that we have, from Think and Grow Rich to Psycho-Cybernetics to You Were Born Rich, a daily routine. I call this this is the package. And this to get you started. This is today for 1 month. And you could do that right now. DM, send a message, book an appointment, we'll get you. There's little risk. Now, my full program is a lot more than that, but this is just to get you to really a taste of it, to see what's it like. See if we can work together. And then we can put that money towards the program. So zero risk. This money is just going to be waiting there for you on the side. I'll get none of it, and it'll be waiting until you decide, I want the whole thing. Because I know once you have a piece of the action, you're going to like it. So I'm taking all the risk away. There's no risk for you, but to get started. You're the only one that's holding yourself back. You're the only one. 1 month access, lesson 1, accountability, mentorship, guidance, sales training. All these will move your business to a whole next level. I have hundreds of clients. I've never done this before. In the last year and a half, I've been coaching. I never did this, but I thought, you know what? So many people are not willing to invest in themselves because of whatever reason, what's happening in here. And that's the paradigm. I know why. It's the paradigm. It does not let you invest in yourself because you don't feel yourself good enough. You don't feel yourself that you're worthy. You don't feel that you can do it. And all these disabilities that I have in the mind. Your mind is poisoned. There's a disease. And we're going to help you unplug that. Now I'm inviting you to do that. 100% guaranteed you are going to get results. How do I know that? Because I've done the work. And if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And I want to help you. This is the model for the whole thinking into results. When somebody comes and studies with me for 6 months, it's a 6 months commitment. And a lot of my clients actually go 12 months because after we're done the first time, we go again, right? So this is kind of all the lessons where we set the goal. We get you moving into action. We get you to really see the higher side of you. We get you to really grow that self-image. And we're going to talk about self-image tomorrow quite a bit. Today was just about that goal to get you juiced up, to get you excited about what can you build, right? And then we're going to stop you from being scared. You're too scared. You're too afraid to invest. You're too afraid to grow. You're too afraid to, you look around and you see all your neighbors doing things and you're not. You want to be that leader, but you're not stepping into the water. You have to step into the water. I'm going to teach you how to mastermind. You see, in this book, Think and Grow Rich, Dale Carnegie said, you got to mastermind. That's the only way to grow. As a matter of fact, we're going to listen to a lesson today from this, all right? That you need to make a decision that's going to change the course for you. If you don't know how to make a decision, you're not going anywhere. If you don't decide that you want to grow and you need help, you're holding yourself back. When somebody's taking all the risk away, there's nothing to it, right? Nothing to it. And this is the whole thing. These are all the lessons. Take a snapshot of this. I have clients that come in and I'll give them access to the whole thing. And we just go over one area of their business, depending where they're stuck. Is it leadership for their team? Is it sales? Is it the goal? Are they scared? Or do they have an investment they want to make and they're too scared to do it? And what's really going on? All this anxiety, depression, and fear, right? If they don't know how to mastermind, I help them how to mastermind. So where are you stuck? And I talk about that as well in my book here in 150 Years of Science Psychology, because it's really what Dale Carnegie started, and he got Napoleon Hill to write about the laws of success and to write about the 30 major causes of failure and all the things that goes on in the mind. But I write it here in a very easy language for you to get, right? So get the book. It's on Amazon. Send me a review, send me a picture. I would appreciate that very, very much. And really, I want you to win. Right? I really want you to win. I really want you to start having stacks of money in your pocket. I want you to have a goal, right? I want you to have a goal in your pocket. Here's mine, right here. I want you to have one of these. Now, Bob told me to have one of these 2.5 years ago. Now, at first, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I did not believe it. And you probably weren't going to believe it, but now I do. Now I do, because the goals that I write on this, they become a reality. See, science and religion both agree that thoughts, we become what we think about. So I am your guide to help you really to go from where you are to where you want to go. To give you the recipe of what Andrew Carnegie put together in Napoleon Hill and what Bob did for 61 years. I mean, I'm studying in a private mastermind on Thursday nights, the material of Earl Nightingale and Bob. Because we have the thinking into results, but we also have a private mastermind that we study on Thursday night. What Earl Nightingale, the father of coaching, he's the one who started this whole thing. And we study that on Thursday night and we mastermind together. So that's a whole other way to, if you say, Kamal, I've taken thinking into results before, it doesn't matter that you've taken it. Do it again. Repetition is the key. We're going to get you to move, right? We're going to get you to achieve that next level. I love this line from my video guy who did that for me. It's so good. It's so good. And at the end of the day, I want you to bet on me, because I'm betting on me and I'm helping people, right? That's the emotional part of it. Like this thing started when I wanted to help others, right? I really wanted to help others. And that's how this thing started. And now that I'm doing it, it's just incredible. I want to get there with ease. I want to get there with calm. I want to share with the world. And it's really, I started to bet on me. I'm not waiting anymore. I made a decision to really grow, and I'm growing. And I want you to grow. We're going to talk more about that tomorrow. All right. So let's see where we are with the notes here. I want to go back to this note. So yeah, don't hold yourself back. Really, don't hold yourself back. Really book the appointment. No one's left behind. It doesn't matter if you don't have any pennies. It doesn't matter if you're unemployed. You will find the money. You will find the way. If this is exciting you, and this is encouraging you, do it. Book the appointment. No one's left behind. And I tell you, this will be the best $997 you spend your life. 30 days of mentorship. You can text me. You can call me. You can be trained on sales. You can come to the book clubs. I've never done this before. So it's really up to you. All right. Make a decision that really can change the course, because I know if I can do it, you can do it. And I want to help you. All right. Now, let's do this. Okay. I'm going to share with you next a beautiful, beautiful video about decisions. Now, who's better than me, for sure, to explain that to you other than the one and only Bob Proctor? Now, this thing by itself cost me more than $3,000, and you're just about to watch it for free. So if you haven't been paying attention, it's time to pay attention. I'm telling you, it's time for you to pay attention, because this next 5 minutes, I'm not going to ask for too much. I'm just asking for 5 minutes. All right. 5 minutes. So 5 minutes and 38 seconds. All right. That's what I'm going to ask you for. 5 minutes and 38 seconds. Because what Bob's going to share with you next here is decision making. And this is the holy grail. This is where things begin, and this is where things stop. And this is what we teach. These are the laws of success. This is the 30 major causes of failure. And decision is one of them. Indecision is actually one of them. So listen carefully, because what you're about to see cost me fortunes. But that's okay, because I am a better person today and I can teach this. That's what mentorship does. So I want you to pay attention to this next clip. It's really going to change your life. All right, so here it is.
Anyone that has ever studied any of Napoleon Hill's work knows how important decision is. Very, very important subject. Here's one of the biggest challenges you face in regards to the principle of decision. It sounds like this. I'm going to do this as soon as I get the money. I'm going to do this as soon as the kids finish school. I'm going to do this as soon as I get the promotion. One idea after another. The decision is not executed. Why is it that approximately 90 or 90% of the population stay there? Well, Hill found out through a survey of over 25,000 men and women who had experienced failure. They experienced it because of lack of decision. That was the major cause of their failure. They weren't making the decision because they couldn't see how it was going to happen. The people that were making the decisions, they didn't see how it was going to happen either. They just knew it would. You know, anyone that has ever studied any of Napoleon Hill's work knows how important decision is. He wrote an entire chapter on decision in Think and Grow Rich. Decision was one of the principles of success. Very, very important subject. A lot of people don't understand it. We don't teach it in school. You can go right through our educational system without ever learning how to make a decision. And strangely enough, parents wanting to protect their children make their decisions for them, sometimes right into adulthood. So the person never learns how to make a decision. Now, in the very first page of the decision chapter, Napoleon Hill pointed out very clearly that successful people all make decisions very fast, change them very slow, even when they change them at all. And he pointed out the people that have trouble with success make decisions very slow and then change them fast and often. There's something about decision we should understand, and I think it's brought right to the surface in the story of Henry Ford and his famous V8 engine. You see, when Ford decided that he was going to produce his famous V8 engine, he chose to build the engine, the whole 8 cylinders, in one block. He called all his engineers and he told them that he wanted them to lay out a plan on how this could be done. Write it all out for him. So the engineers did that. They come back and they told him, to a man, they all complete agreement, it was impossible. This could not be done. I loved Ford's response. He said, do it anyway. Now think of that. Here's a group of engineers. They've laid out the plan on putting 8 cylinders in one block. They said it was impossible, it couldn't be done. And Ford said, do it anyway. Now, why would he say that? Now, as the story goes, they went away and they worked on it, and they come back, same conclusion. It couldn't be done. He said, do it anyway. Now, think about this for a moment. The engineers were employed by Ford. He was the one that was signing the checks. He said, do it anyway. Were they going to argue with the man? So it went away, and they keep working on it. But you know, and I know, that he did put the 8 cylinders in one block. You see, the only prerequisite to making a decision is, do you want to? As you study, and as you get into all of Napoleon Hill's work, you will know that all these great achievers, like Edison, like Ford, they built the image of what they wanted in their mind. They became totally relaxed. They got that image very clear in their mind. What they were really doing was turning it over to infinite intelligence. And infinite intelligence then would feed the answers back to them. Now, they may not have been able to articulate exactly what was happening. We're going way back 50, 75 years. Today, we know that. At least some of us know it. Not everyone knows it. When you go to make a decision, think of Ford and his 8 cylinders in one block. The wise ones couldn't be done. All the engineers couldn't be done. He said, do it anyway. You don't have to know how to make it happen. You just have to know you're going to make it happen. So when you make a decision, bang, that's it, and there's no going back. You don't change the decision. You may change the plan, which we'll talk about later, but not the decision. Be decisive. Make your decisions fast, change them very slow, if and when you change them at all. That is what Napoleon Hill found all the successful people did. You are on a program of success. You do it too. The great decisions, which served as the foundation of civilization, were reached by assuming great risks, which often meant the possibility of death. Socrates' decision to drink the cup of poison rather than compromise his personal belief was a decision of courage. It turned time ahead 1,000 years and gave to people then unborn the right to freedom of thought and of speech. Get out your notebook, write decision in capitals at the top of the page. And then I'm going to use this principle of decision in the following way. And then finish that sentence in your notebook. Don't overthink it. Just tune into your own powerful intuition and record on paper what comes to you. Do it now.
So good. It's so good because it really teaches you how to become that next level success, right? It really teaches you how to really move in that direction. And I want you to write on this piece of paper. I want you to really do that work. I want you to really write, what do you really want? I want you to really start thinking that you can do this, right? I want you to think about it. Like, spend time. Decide, what is it that you really want? You're not doing that for me, you're doing that for you. But you have to decide, you have to take that step. You have to really decide that it is your time. It's your turn. It's your turn to become the best. That's you here. That's your picture. I want you to have that, right? I want you to make that decision for yourself. Because if I can do it, you can do it. And I really want to help you. I truly want to help you. I really think you can do this, okay? You can do this. So the homework for tonight is, what do you really want, right? What is it that you really want? And do that work, write it down, and write on a piece of paper all the ideas that come to your mind. And tomorrow we're going to talk about it more. Tomorrow we're going to talk about it a whole lot more, because there are things in your mind that are going to be happening that are going to prevent you from doing this, right? So I really want you to start winning. And I want you to get a copy of this book, because I speak about that in detail. In writing the first chapter, it will take you 10 minutes to read. 10 minutes to read. So can you do that for me? What do you really want, right? What do you really want? Just think about it. Think about it. You're standing there. You're on the Zoom with me, or you're in live. I'm meeting now live person. Thursday, for example, I have somebody that I'm meeting one-to-one, and I'm asking you this question: what do you really want? Can you answer that question? Can you answer the question? Can you answer the question with letting go of the how, not having the money? What do you really want, right? So do that exercise. That's all I'm asking you to do. I want you to do that. That's all you gotta do. All right. So we've got a few minutes. We won't do any Q&As, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to have you listen to this 3-4 minutes clip on thinking into results, because it's so comprehensive, it's so good that you need to see this. You need to see this, because this is not just about you, right? This is about everything that's around you. This is about everything that's happening. You know, you're reaching here because of what's going on, okay? And I want you to really know that you're not here by accident. You're meant to be here, all right? So I'm going to share it with you. Here we go. Let's get this thing to open up. One sec.
If you have a big team of agents.
All right, we just have to get the ad to go away.
But a question that I'm asked everywhere I go, I've traveled all over the world, is it important to have a mentor? Well, I guess you can.
Very successful without one, and probably some people do. But I would not have accomplished anywhere near what I have accomplished without a mentor. I have had a number of mentors, and my whole life has changed dramatically. I went from going nowhere to having a business that operates all over the world. If you want to win in a big way, you want to get a mentor. It's almost like getting a direct pipeline from their mind to your mind, where you're gaining all their wisdom, all their experience, and all the studying that they've done over a number of years. And like that, you get it all in a short period of time. Are mentors important? Well, I'm going to tell you, mentors literally changed the course of my life.
Before I met Bob Proctor, I was running a thriving law practice. and I had what most people thought of as real success. But from time to time, I'd think about doing something different. And then one day I found myself in a Bob Proctor seminar, and I decided right then and there I wanted to do what this man was doing. I wanted to be in his inner circle, and I wanted to create a program with him to bring to the executives and the directors and the companies that I'd been working with for over the last 2 decades. This was a big change, and I am so grateful I had Bob Proctor to be my mentor as I went through this big transition. Bob says that having a mentor changed the course of his life. Well, having Bob as my mentor changed the course of my life. It's very easy to get into a routine in life, to do the same thing over and over. I have come to learn that every day can be an exciting adventure, but we have to make it that way, and to do that, we have to stretch. We have to set aside limitations and follow our dream. Now I am Bob Proctor's business partner and co-founder of the Proctor Gallagher Institute. Like Bob, mentors have changed the course of my life, and they can change the course of your life too.
Let's take a look at what thinking into results is and what it could do for you, how it came about. You see, my life had changed dramatically. I went from earning nothing to earning over $1 million a year. And I was sitting one day and I was thinking, how did all this happen? Do you know, I was reading Think and Grow Rich, I was studying Earl Nightingale's material, but a lot of people have read those books and studied Earl's material, and they weren't accomplishing what I was accomplishing. So I had to ask myself, what am I doing so different? You see, I had been raised to believe if you're going to earn a lot of money, you've got to be really smart. I was earning over $1 million a year, and I didn't think I was that bright. I was also raised to believe if you don't go to school, you can't win. Well, I hadn't gone to school. I went to high school for about 2 months. I didn't have a good job. I owned the entire company. Now, don't get the idea that I think school isn't important. I think school is vitally important. I see study and school as being almost sacred. It's very important. But I couldn't figure out why I won, and so I started to study. I was very curious. It took me 9.5 years, and I got the dots to connect. That was after working with 3 or 4 phenomenal mentors. And when I got the dots to connect, all I wanted to do was teaching. And that's all I've been doing. And then I run into a young lady who is my business partner today, Sandy Gallagher. And she put together a master plan. And to cut a long story short, she said, Bob, I've studied everything that you teach. I know exactly what you know. I want to make a program. And she would get me in front of a camera and she'd say, explain this. And so I would. And then explain that. And she put together one of the most comprehensive programs I believe that you'll ever find anywhere in the market. Do you know with this program, you can change everything in your life in a matter of months. See, we're born and raised with the idea that it takes a long time to accomplish something. You can accomplish, bang, just like that. You don't go from A to B, you can go from A to G just like that with thinking into results. You see, what she's done is pick the very best out of my mind that I have studied and practiced for the last 50 years, and you get it in a program with 12 short, powerful lessons and an action planner that'll spin your head around on a dime. You can walk away from this and you'd say, well, this isn't for me. Or you can say, I'm going to do this. And you know, in 6 months, you're going to need a telescope to look back and see where you started. I believe it's the most powerful program you can ever lay your hands on, because you not only learn why you win, you learn why you're not doing what you really want to do, and then, bang, how to change it.
I did create that program that I set out to create after I first saw Bob Proctor in that seminar, and that program is Thinking into Results. I wanted to help people get out of their own way. As an attorney, I saw many brilliant people getting stuck. Despite all their diplomas and credentials, they weren't getting the results that they wanted, and they didn't know why. I created Thinking into Results with Bob to show executives and entrepreneurs and employees worldwide how to get the results they wanted by thinking in a certain way. Our objective is to get thinking into results in every home because it helps the young and the old alike expand their horizons and live their dreams.
If you want to be happy, healthy, and prosperous, it's all here. Thinking into results is going to show you how to get it. If what I've said, or what Sandy Gallagher may have said, really triggered something in your mind and you're thinking maybe, contact the certified PGI consultant on this page. Hit the button, leave the information. Do yourself a favor. Sit down and talk to them about what this program can do for you. This very well could be the decision that will change the rest of your life, and you'll enjoy it forever.
It's really that easy. I want to thank you so much for listening. I want to thank you for being here.
If you're a coach without
I wanna
a diary full of
I really want to thank
high-quality
you
clients that want to pay
for being the cause to get yourself to that next level. But later on, I want you to bet on you, because I bet on me and I'm winning, and I want you to win, right? So if you want to do more, be more, have more, bet on you. I'm going to show you how. I really want to help you. And you're going to persist until you succeed. And I'm going to show you the way, how we can do it the easy way. All right. So thank you so much. Come back tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll talk about self-image, and we'll pick up from here. So remember the exercise and show me that you did it. Send me a message, put it in the Facebook group, whichever way you can. And we'll talk soon. Have an amazing day. Thank you.